Since Trayvon Martin, that's what we have been told life in America is for African Americans. You walk down the street, you're going to get shot. So here comes Trump saying you don't have to do that. You don't have to live that way anymore. It doesn't have to be that way. And the very people telling us that that's what life is all about for African Americans, and this is the second day in a row for this, by the way, are now castigating Trump for making things up and lying and saying this is not the way to reach out to African Americans. This is to say that they just walk down the street and get shot. Why, that's I don't know blacks living that way. You don't? You don't, Mr. African American leader, Mr. African American senator, Mr. African American news commentator. You don't? Because every other day, that's what you're telling us life is for African Americans in the United States of America. This is, I don't know, folks, this is another glaring, glittering example of this ridiculous double standard, and another glittering example of how there isn't journalism anymore. Be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The voice of New York. The new 710.
Okay, check the email during the break, and I got tons of them, and this does not surprise me. They all pretty much are asking this question. Rush, I'm seeing where so many people are advisors, informal, formal advisors of Trump. Are you? No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not an informal or formal advisor to anybody other than me. I'm not a formal or informal advisor to Trump or to any candidate, and I never have been. Now, occasionally, my phone will ring, and somebody on the other end will be either an author or a candidate, either asking to come on the program or asking what I think about something. In such rare, well, the book requests are common, but in the candidate area, I will answer the question sometimes, but I am not officially attached. I never have been, and I never have wanted to be. Remember, I've had many mottos of this program, and one of them is my success is not determined by who wins elections. And so, no, just to get that out of the way, because there's really a lot of people asking. I'm a media guy. I am a radio guy. Pure and simple. School starts again on the Hillsdale College campus next week, folks. That's when students return to campus. That is when the learning starts up again in earnest. Now, for those of us that don't regularly visit the Hillsdale campus, because we're not enrolled, there is a monthly publication delivered to more than 3 million homes every month. They call it Imprimis. Now, whether you're on the campus next week or whether you're at home, Hillsdale encourages every American to learn the principles of freedom that make America stand out around the world to so many people. Now, for those of us at home, Hillsdale does this by offering their free online courses on the Constitution. You can take the same courses as taught on campus, and they are free. Hillsdale loves teaching. They love people learning. They also further people's education by publishing this monthly digest of great speeches, essentially, that gets delivered straight to you. It's called Imprimis. The current issue is entitled "The Next Supreme Court Justice," and it contemplates what's at stake: free speech, religious liberty, the Second Amendment. The appointment of the next Supreme Court Justice could be the most significant event for our country in a generation. It is a great read. Imprimis is. It's from the college at Hillsdale, and they're making it easy for you to subscribe. Just go to rushforhillsdale.com right now to get free access. It doesn't cost anything. You'll start receiving Imprimis every month in your mailbox. Compliments of Hillsdale College at rushforhillsdale.com. Here's Brad in San Diego. Great to have you. I'm glad you waited, sir. Hello.
Hey, Rush, it sure does seem like the individuals in the press are individually vying to become Candy Crowley of 2012.
Oh, it's gone so far beyond Candy Crowley. And Candy Crowley was an intern compared to what's happening now.
Yeah, they've taken it to a new level. Hey, what I wanted to ask you, and I know you're not an official advisor to Trump. I'm sure they're listening, though. And this goes back to something that you said. You've said it over the years, I think. That I wanted to tie that into how Trump should act toward different people. And that you've often said that when somebody first meets somebody and gains an impression, they don't remember what that person said to them. They remember how that person made them feel.
Exactly. That's the old actor's credo. It is a guiding principle of people who act for a living.
So with that in mind, as a Trump supporter, when I listen to Trump, I want to hear him cream Hillary. And I want to hear him yell at her and do all kinds of things in a debate. But my question to you is, and maybe it's not a binary decision, but a lot of the more moderate people and wishy-washy Republicans, and maybe even some of the people that you described who are going to be voting for the first time, I'm not sure that they want to hear what I want to hear. I think maybe they want to walk away saying, hey, that guy's not a ogre. He's not a bragging bore. He seems somewhat reasonable. So how does Trump walk that? How does he walk that line?
Well, in the first place, your question is very shrewd. You are very shrewd individual, because one thing that you have obviously recognized is the simple fact that while you and I and many millions of others have taken the time, because of our habits and our desires, to become educated, we know who Hillary Clinton is. We know who Bill Clinton is. But there's a whole mass of people who don't. She's just the Democrat nominee running to be the first president. Her husband's Bill Clinton. He was a great president, a good guy. Yeah, had the problem with the affair, but what guy doesn't? And they're not anywhere near the depth of understanding that you are. And Hillary, you want to hear what you know exposed. But you're afraid that if somebody goes out and does that, people that don't know that about Hillary are going, oh my God, that's just not fair. She's not that bad a person. Don't talk about her that way, because they don't look at politics the way you and I do. And you're afraid that it might rub people the wrong way and create a bad impression of whoever launches into Hillary that way. That pretty much summed up your fear about this?
That's right.
So the question, how does Trump satisfy you while at the same time make inroads with people that don't see Hillary that way? I think, well, this would be my wild guess, Trump's going to have to take it for granted that you understand he can't do everything the way you want and that you're going to be there nevertheless. If he makes a serious effort to beat her, you'll be satisfied. Even if he doesn't go all the way in destroying her and informing as many people what you know, I think it's a much easier proposition for him to keep you in the fold by giving you 50% of what you want than it is to go out and satisfy you and maybe eliminate who knows how many people from joining him. And I think this is the eternal question, because you do have every candidate has different tiers, T-I-E-R-S, tiers of support. Supporters make up very many different. Another way of expressing this would be conservatism. Now, a lot of us want candidates to go out there and make no bones excuses for it and just start teaching people about conservatism. Just explain who the liberals are and don't hold back and properly identify them. Explain what conservatism is. And then when they don't do it, we start questioning whether or not they really are conservative, whether they actually understand it. When in fact what they may be doing is realizing that most people do not live their lives by defining who people are ideologically. They have to be approached in any number of ways. But see, my problem with that example, I've always believed that conservatism is the way most people live their lives anyway, whether they know it or not. The principles of conservatism are generally what guide law-abiding people. And then you're down to branding. if conservatism has been portrayed as a collection of real, just stuffed shirt geeks and nerds who don't want anybody to have any fun, if that's how conservatism has been created as a brand to people that don't understand it, well, then a candidate's got to go easy on it. It's a tightrope, I think, for all these people. But I think the best bet is that he's got to have faith that the ardent supporters like you are going to hang in there while he goes out and does what he has to do to get others to join. Well, I ask you point blank. Here he is ripping into George W. Bush during the debates, ripping into Trace, making these in open primaries, in open state primaries. He's actually making an appeal for liberal Democrats to cross over and vote for him by sounding like Democrats when he started talking about George W. Bush and Jeb Bush. And we all winked. Yeah, we know what he's doing. Yeah. We looked the other way because he's out trying to expand his voter base. So I think that's probably the position you find yourself in now. Back to the more
number one talk radio personality of all time, Rush Limbaugh, on the EIB network.